Hi everybody, Chris with AVC here. Today I will show you our latest build, one of the hardest builds that we've ever done in our entire career, which is original 6x6 Sprinter. Yes, you see it correctly, that is a Sprinter with 6-wheel drive, permanent 6-wheel drive, 5 differential lockers, 2 low-range distributors and 3-liter automatic V6 engine. It is a unicorn in the times that you see it now. In our modern times, that is a unicorn because they are not anymore produced. When they were produced, they were very limited. I think it was about 1,500 pieces or something like that. They never exceeded that production. It is a fantastic chassis that we've incorporated in May 2022. We started the build around March 23 and we are ready, finally ready. It was a very tough project, very demanding one, even though we bought the truck as you see behind us. So the whole truck was like that. We had the Habitation box on it. It was standing like it is. What we did with it on the outside, we've repainted it with Raptor and then we started to build it out in the interior. The truck has now 880 kilometers and when we bought it, it had 53 kilometers only. 2013 production year, 53 kilometers. It was waiting for us nearly 10 years to be our project, let's say. The history that goes behind the whole procedure of buying the truck is too long to talk about. We will focus about the truck itself, like how we got it. It's completely different story, but I will now show you some features. I will try to show you some features of that truck because it is, as I told you, a super comprehensive build. And let's go on the other side and I will show you some details. First of all, about the truck itself. As I mentioned before, 3-liter V6, 6-wheel drive permanent drive, 5 differential lockers and 2 distribution boxes for low range. That truck is built in a way that we have the front diff, we have the center diff, we have the first differential that is in the back, which is connected with, it is a built-in back differential and another, let's say, central differential. So the shaft goes to the back differential without any kind of a going up and down or just like having like multiple shafts. So it goes to the differential. In the differential we have built-in low range and another locker and the diff locker, and then it goes to the back wheels where there is the last locking mechanism. It is a very complicated story with that 6-wheel drive. It was done by Oberrigner, and the way we got this truck pretty much was because of the Oberrigner representative, Mr. Solski. And yeah, it was a very long story. And as I said before, it is a fantastic chassis. Why was it actually? Because they are not produced anymore. So why this truck was so fantastic? In the back we have a nearly 5-meter Habitation box with the Alcova that expands that space really much. We have 2.30 meters of height inside, 2.10 meters of wideness. So if you would like to build that on a truck, on for example Mercedes Axor or Arox or something like that, you would have a really huge truck. Here, because of the size and of that vehicle, first of all we can have pretty much compact, really like compact vehicle, very easy to drive. You know, the way that these vehicles drive is pretty much, you don't feel that you are driving a truck. You feel like you would drive a regular Sprinter van. You don't feel any extra weight. You don't feel that you are driving a huge vehicle. It is very quiet, very silent, very nice to drive. You know, it has an automatic transmission, and what is the most important, this whole build has 6 tons of its total weight right now. So we have ended with 6 tons of weight, and this car has even 1 more ton of loading capacity. So that truck is 7 tons maximum payload, And if you build a big expedition truck, like for example Arocs that I mentioned, you start with about 8 tons before you do anything. So you have a really heavy truck, and in this way you have a vehicle that can drive to most of the European cities. Most of them, not all of them, but most of the European cities. It can drive to most of the places. And also, the payments for the paid roads, for all of the via tolls and stuff like that, they are just a little bit cheaper than for the truck that has the bigger load capacity. So another very cool feature about the truck itself, the chassis itself weighs 3 tons, nearly 3 tons, not even like fully 3 tons. So we have 4 tons of load capacity, so we can put more load on the truck than the truck weighs itself. This was the coolest thing about it. Because as I mentioned before, when you start with Arocs, for example, you start with 7 to 8 tons, then you add a lot of weight, which then ends like you are having about 14-ton truck or 12-ton truck or something like that. Very heavy vehicle. This vehicle, because of its weight and because of the easiness of its driving, can fit to more places than a big expedition truck. Its off-road capabilities are really high. They are not like the highest, the trucks like Arocs, they are more off-road capable, but to be honest, really you don't go in really serious off-road with your camper, because obviously you don't want to damage it, you don't want to be stranded in the mud for weeks or something like that. So in this case, that vehicle has a perfect weight to off-road capabilities and to economical solutions, because that truck burns between 16 to 19 liters of diesel per 100 kilometers. That's pretty much a good result. Again, with a big truck, you start with 19 or 20 and you go higher, and in this vehicle you don't exceed more than 20 liters of consumption. So there are a lot of cool features about these trucks that Mercedes in cooperation with Obereigner done. I think they were really perfect solution for the people who wanted to have the comfort of a huge expedition truck, but the easiness of driving with a van. Another very important feature of that vehicle is that you can integrate the chassis, you can integrate the sleeping quarters with the driver's cabin. So you don't have to leave every time from the truck, set your stairs to go to the habitation box. You can do it directly because we have an open space in the back. Not many trucks have this. So the most common and the easiest truck to do that is Zetros, but they're also like super big, super heavy. In any regular truck, you just have that little door that you have to slide in to get to the driver's cabin if you want to do that. Then another problem with the big truck is that when you have that little door and the elastic connection, there is a lot of noise that comes from it. In here we don't have that anymore. We have a perfectly connected chassis with the habitation box, and that allows us to have really huge comfort. First of all, it extends the living space, but also it is really comfortable because you just stand here when it's rainy, you just park your truck and you just go to the back. You don't have to do any crazy movement solutions and stuff like that. So let's talk about the conversion itself. As I mentioned before, that whole structure was on the truck when we bought it, and we didn't do anything with that except the Raptor liner. It has some storage places like this one here. That's actually a huge one. It has water inlets, 2 water inlets for the water tanks. That's the coolest feature of that truck. We have a opening wall, so when you are in such a beautiful place like I am here today, you can open your whole wall, enjoy the nature and let the nature inside of the truck. 2 benches here and the table to enjoy your time. We have strands, lights all around the truck. We have a super heavy duty winch. We have a 17,000 lbs winch with a steel cable. The winch was here, but we thought about changing it to the synthetic rope, but then I decided that this truck is really big and heavy and I will leave the steel cable. We have safari snorkel, we have LED bar in the front, and we have also 33-inch BF Goodrich mud terrain KO2 tires. So 360-degree cameras, a big bumper that allows us that we can fold. So anytime you want to go off-road, you just do it like that and you take it up, click it in. Here we go. And now the truck is even more off-road capable. That bumper is regulated with EU laws. It has to be here. We cannot change it. So also that part was here. The bumper was done by a company that started that project, but this company does not exist anymore. So there is also a place in the back here that you can adapt a hook. There is a American style big hitch receiver there. It can handle really heavy loads. We have some flaps like you see here. That is our garage. Everything opens very smoothly. So we have our recovery boards here. We have 4 of them, obviously because of the amount of the wheels that we have to take care of. The main doors, and we have automatic stairs from Project 2000. All of these features, except the boards actually, they were built in, and except the 360-degree cameras and LED bars and stuff like that. But all of these features were built in. This is how the truck was made. We didn't change that, it was ready. So, you know, we just left that stuff here. From that perspective, you see how huge that truck is. As I said before, 5 meters of the box, but that is 5 meters that starts here and ends there. So we have that extra space from the driver's cabin, and we have extra 1.20 meters of alcova that has a bed there. It's 1.20 meters wide, so your children can sleep there. So we have dometic windows. They were also installed in the body when we bought it. We didn't replace that, you know. The only minus side of them is that they are made of plastic, so they scratch a lot. So actually I came here, just crossed some very small leaves and little forests, and you know, that size of that body of that container is really big, so we have some little scratches. You know, the new owner will have to deal with that. It would be stupid to replace them at the moment. What we are missing is the awning, and the reason for that is that this body was started about roughly 8 to 7 years ago, when then all of the products that were made for the awning, because you can see it should be a built-in awning. When the body was made, it was made to fit the awning from that time. So we don't have the possibility to buy an awning that was produced 8 years ago, and we are working on something. So the reason why I show you this truck today, when it's not like 100% finished, it is about 98% finished, is that I'm leaving tomorrow to Los Angeles, to California, where we will be building one of our new vans there, and we will be exhibiting there. So I have really less time to make that video, and I didn't just want to leave that truck without the video. I wanted to show you what happened here, how it was done. So the awning will be here. We have already the LED strip for that awning, and we have a huge garage here, a huge garage. You know, it could fit 10 guys like I am, you know, 10 size of me's. And in that garage, we will actually start from the garage, because inside there we have all of the electronics, from which I think it is the best to start this tour. So what you see behind me is our electronical setup, a Victron energy system. And what we have here is a very beautiful display. I love to have beautiful things. So first of all, when you open or close the doors, the light starts automatically. There is another unit to start and close it, so I cannot just switch it off. So every time when you open the flap, you have that LED strips that lights your garage, but plus to that you have that beautiful blue light that shines on 600 amps of lithium batteries. There are dual Orion system chargers for the alternator. We have the links, we have the multi-plus 3000 watt inverter. We don't need bigger one. We have all of the fuses and everything. We have the MPPTs, so we have the solar regulators. We have a lot of solar power in this truck. We have Sea Marine smart system with the display, with the inclinometer, with the barograph, with all of these features. You see we have little holes for ventilation, but not only that the holes are ventilating, we have actually a ventilation that allows it to change and replace the air that goes around here, the hot air, when everything is working. So we have a very beautiful display. So that's a really heavy duty setup. So as you see, we have a beautiful aluminum lining of the back of the trunk. The whole system is incorporated with a secondary alternator with 1400 watts of solars that are on the roof. So we can actually run a AC in a very sunny day in the summer. We have Dometic AC unit. We have two LPG bottles, gas bottles, which are incorporated to operate something that I will show you in the in the interior. We have a Webasto boiler that we usually incorporate with all of our builds. So there in the back we have the boiler that goes with the engine with 230 volts with solar panels, but also in that build there we have the diesel Webasto, the airtop Webasto, which is just heating up the whole body in the winter time. You can just switch the channel, and all of the channels are connected. So when you want to heat your van, you just switch a channel. You have heating in all of the van, even in the trunk here, to keep your batteries warm in the winter time. And if you want to cool the van, if you want to use your air conditioner, then you just switch the channel here and you have all of the outlets, even the garage, they are air cooled. So also the air conditioner works with 230 volts. So even like the air conditioner has also the heating system, so you can heat actually the whole van with the electricity when you are at campsite and you just don't want to do some smell to your neighbors, because for example they will be angry about that. So what you see here is the whole water system, pumps and stuff like that. Everything is built in here, and the cool thing about this van is that it has the endless shower, and that's the whole sewage system for the endless shower. Beneath we have the boiler. Here we have the access to the Webasto channel changer that I've told you. We have a nice storage place. Here we have the built-in gas bottles, and here we have the LPG gas inlet, so you can just load your bottles with gas just on any gas station. Here we have 230 volt plug for your charging. So the truck has 350 liters of fresh water that can be recycled through the endless shower. So that means in case of going, for example, to Africa, I think you have a possibility to not waste your water and to reuse your water and to have that 350 liters of water for 1 month. This is a crazy result. The gray tank water, the standard one, which is incorporated in the floor, has 150 liters of capacity, and in the truck the new owner will install about 160 liters of extra diesel. So that will give us about 260 liters, and that will give us again a range of over 1,000 kilometers in the off-road. That is sick. So I will now show you all of these features and I will talk about it from the interior of that truck. So coming inside of the truck, you see the size of it. You see how comfortable it is. I mean, this is actually insane. I love the size setup here. I love the comfort setup here. Even though I'm a fan of smaller vehicles and just much more off-road capable vehicles, I love what this truck has to offer when it comes to the comfort. Let's start with what I've ended the last scene, which means the water tanks. Under my feet you have 3 levels of the floor. So the floor generally is 2 level, so you have the double floor under my feet with all of the Webasto channels that make the whole thing warm in the winter time. So here beneath that part we have the 350 liter tank, and beneath the kitchen we have the 150 liter gray water tank, and behind the camera, I'm sorry, not behind, under, just to remind you, I'm not a native English speaker, so I can mix some words sometimes. So I wanted to say that under my feet. So under the camera we have the tank for the endless shower. So pretty much the whole floor is heated with the Webasto diesel heater. So in the winter time you can walk with your bare feet and you will have nice and little warm touch on your feet. When you enter this area, the first thing which you see is the opening flap of the side wall. You have a huge dometic window over our heads. That's 70 on 50 window with all the mosquito nets and stuff like that. It creates a feeling that the space that is around the truck, the whole nature comes inside. When you walk inside, you want to remove your shoes and store them somewhere. So we have created a small drawer here for the shoes. There is a special bottle holder here. So if you go to sleep, because you see behind me we have a bed. So if someone sleeps here, he can actually store his bottles and they will not fall down. And also you just can store them when you're driving. We have some pockets here. We have JBL speaker because we've equipped that truck with JBL speakers, with JBL audio. In the bed area, which is visible behind me, you have book holders. You have a lot of LED lights all around the car, all around the truck. One more here. So that creates a lot of very nice and warm light that, in the night when you turn all of it on, you have a super romantic and super cozy feeling that you are in here. We have the driver's cabin and beautifully upholstered seats by Carlex Design, the top quality company in Poland. So you can see it is very easy for me to access the driver's cab. It is also very easy for the passenger to leave in case when you are driving like really slowly, you just want the bottle of water or something, you can just go to the fridge. So as you can see, nothing is really hard to do in that truck. The next thing that you see obviously is a kitchen. The kitchen is really big. It is 160 centimeters long. It is 58 centimeters deep. It has that extra retractable countertop here, so you can extend that to nearly 200 centimeters, easy to fold. A lot of storage, we have a big storage here for pots and pans. We have drawers here and there and everywhere. We have big cupboards here, huge ones. You can store a lot of food in here. And what is one of the most important features, nice window. So when you're cooking, all of your smells are going outside. We have 3-burner gas cooker with a oven. I mean, that's crazy. I love how packed everything in here is, but it doesn't feel cramped. Everything is like really spacious. So we have a big sink, flexible tap, soap dispensers, towel holder, bottle holder, and some stuff like that. And we have the simmering control unit, all of the plugs in here. We have a super easy access to a very spacious 140-liter fridge that is in here. We have a Dometic microwave. I mean, you can just live out of this truck because it has pretty much all of the things that you regularly have in your house. Talking about space and the load capacity and storage capacity, big wardrobe for all of your hanging clothes, huge sliders for example for the woman, and another huge slider for a man who will drive in here. We have a very easy access to the shower, and I love the doors. They are semi-transparent. They're half transparent and they make that cool feeling, first of all, of higher, let's say, class of that vehicle, but also when you're inside you don't feel cramped and you don't feel too much like locked by anything, so you feel that you have much more space in the truck. So when you are ready with cooking and you want to enjoy the area, you want to cooperate a little bit with nature, you want to relax, you have a really big table, so 2 people can sit in front of each other. We've made all of these custom chairs that they are actually storage. So beneath my butt you have a huge storage. The table can go down and you can make a bed out of this area for like any extra guest or a child or something like that. So the table folds down, the table can slide in all of the directions, and yeah, look at the views that you can have from that truck. I mean, This is really perfect. The fresh air is coming in. I mean, this is really one of the coolest features of that truck. So it is we can easily close the flap. We have all of the USB ports in here, 230 volt ports. We have the Dometic air conditioner unit in here, so that is operated via a remote. I'll open that because I want to have that fresh air. Over my head we have a lot of storage again, huge cabinets, and what I told you before, a huge window, the roof window, that makes it all even cooler to be here. And anytime you have some guests and you want to expand that space, the front seat is swiveled, the passenger seat can swivel, and you can also just extend that space with this unit, so you can actually have 4 people sitting here, the 5th person sitting on the passenger seat. What you see here, as I told you before, this is storage place, a huge storage space. The mechanism was made at our shop as well via our talented constructor Ahmed, and as you see here, a huge storage that can hold a lot of gear. So our customer likes the design that we usually do at our vans, which means we've incorporated the aluminum cabinets with that beautiful bamboo finishing, but also as an extra, because of the weight that we have on that truck, we've added real stone veneer in here that is sealed with epoxy paint, so you know it is waterproof and everything. It gives that beautiful touch, and the design touch and the beautiful look. Also the same veneer we've used in the shower room, which I will show you now. So the access to the shower is very easy. You know, as I told you before many times, we have a lot of space. You know, it is really spacious. To be honest, 2 people can fit in here very easily. So inside we have 2 big storage cupboards for your towels and maybe some cleaning stuff. We have 2 shower outlets. The reason why there are 2 and 2 operators here is that one is for the endless shower and one is for the classic shower that goes directly to the gray water tank. And for the endless shower, I am standing on an extended pan that the endless shower takes the water from that pan. We have 2 outlets. We have to close the one that we want to use, and we are using the water from the pan. So we can hold them here. We have a little sink in here, we have a soap dispenser, and we have obviously the Cinderella toilet that is run by LPG. So that toilet, you know, as Cinderella does, it burns your poo and all of the stuff that you do in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening to the ashes. So this is the most expensive toilet on the market. At the moment it costs about 5,000 euros. We have toilet paper, water resistant toilet paper cover, and as I will show you now, we have that endless shower pan that allows you to open it, clean it, choose the proper outlet that you want to use. This one you click with your feet and you can use the water, that the water goes to the gray water tank, and with this one it goes to the endless shower. So you just click it with your feet and you can use the one that you like, and in here the water is recirculating, so you always can use it in this way. So here is the extra bedroom, for example for your children, 120 wide, 210 long. It will hold 2 children very easily. You exit it also very easy, you just step in here, and you are in the bed. So in here we have the Cimarine display. I actually like that. Cimarine displays are really nice. They have a lot of varieties and they have all many possibilities. So here we have the hodl batteries, the house batteries, which now we see we have 97% of charge. We see how much power we consume, we see how much time we have remaining until we clear all of the batteries. We have the voltage, then we can go to the vehicle battery, then we see all of the currents, all of the things, so how much power takes the light, how much power takes generally the car, the pump, all of the devices, the fridge. The fridge takes now 4.1, 4.8 to 5 amps because we just switched it on. So also you have the dirty water, so the gray water tank and the clean water tank display. You have temperatures inside of the house and in the garage, so you can monitor that, especially in the winter time, because you have the boiler in the back and water, and also you have the LiFePo batteries, so you want to keep that under control, the heat. We have pitch and roll meters. Look how nicely levered we actually stand. That helps a lot. We have the barograph, and that's pretty much most of the features. We can switch on the air conditioner from here, the lights, the pump, all of the devices that we want to use in here. And now let's go to the bed, because that is the most important part of every vehicle. So we have the bed in the back. The mattress is 15 centimeters thick. It is really comfortable, but as you notice, the bed is located quite high and it would not be super easy to access it. This is why we have created our own step that folds down, and then I can go in very easily and access a very comfortable and spacious area that I actually love the most about this truck. Sleeping in here is absolutely superbly comfortable. If you want to, for example, have more privacy, then you have here a curtain that you can fold down. It is also insulated, so just in case, if you want to be a little bit warmer than your partner who is in the front, you can regulate the temperature in the part of your bedroom. We have a lot of cupboards here again, a lot of drawers, you know, and we have some soft pockets, for example, for books and all of the things that you want to keep handy. We have all of the Webasto controlling in here. This is why you didn't see the Webasto control there, because obviously when you sleep in the night, you want to have the access to Webasto. You maybe turn it higher or lower so you don't have to walk down every time. So the Webasto outlet is here. We have LED lights. We have a wonderful skylight in here that is 70 centimeters on 50 centimeters. So anytime you sleep in a very beautiful area, when you have clean skies, you can actually enjoy the stars just over your head. We have two windows here as well. We have all of the storage space, as I told you. The bed is 145 on 210. It is comfy enough. So in the bedroom, we also have the max fan remote, so we can actually turn on the max fan when we are like sleeping. The max fan is located only in the shower room, but it really, you know, does the job. The shower has some ventilation holes, so if you just want to change the air, or it's a little bit too warm but you don't want to turn on the air conditioner, you can just, you know, turn on the max fan. Or just when you had to do something smelly there and you have to, you know, turn it on, and when you are already in the bed comfy, you just don't want to walk down to turn off the max fan to close it, you can just do it from your bed. And one of the comfort features that I actually never liked in the van, and I always said I will never install it in any van, I did it in here and I'm really actually happy about it, is that swing arm smart LED TV that you can actually use in that area and in the bed area. So when you have a really bad weather sometimes, like for example I had the last weekend and I was a little bit bored, I turned on, like for example, the Toyota War Roamers, and you know, we can just watch the movies in the evening or in the, you know, time like now. If you are just really tired and you want to relax, you want to view some beautiful views, which are even, you know, combining the views from the outside with views for example, South America movies. I mean, come on, that's really perfect. So the remote is here. You can enjoy your time, and anytime you want to access your solar panels, you, for example, if you want to clean them, you just stand up on the bed, you just leave through the window, you jump on the roof, and you can clean your solar panels. But not only that, you know, this is actually super cool. What I do with that build is that I've actually started the drone a couple times in here. So I just put it on the roof, start it, fly around, make some material that you will see in a minute, and I just land it here and I just take it down. So I mean, as you probably see, this bed is really big and I enjoy it a lot. So coming to an end, what you see in here, we have a very complex project. It took us really a lot of design work because everything is designed of aluminum. The biggest challenge was to make the endless shower and the whole toilet with the Cinderella. You know, as this truck and the body of the truck was built by someone before, the way we did it was not planned in that vehicle. So it was a huge challenge to do everything as we did in here. It took a lot of design work. It took multiple hours of design, of hand labor, because every single part is made individually only for that truck. It will never be done again in this particular way. So that is a fully custom project that took us about a year to complete from the moment that we've started. And to be honest, it is one of our biggest challenges, and the next 6x6 you will see also soon with also a huge challenge, and there we've built the body. But with that, I hope that you like the tour. I hope that I could show you pretty much at least most of the features of this truck. And I have to say goodbye because Andrew has to finish the photo shooting and I have to go pack, because tomorrow morning we are flying to Los Angeles, and probably you are watching this movie between our Los Angeles reports that we will be uploading to YouTube. See you next time, Christopher Adventure Van, and I hope again that you liked what we've shown you today. Cheers!